What is Web3? According to the Harvard Business Review, the moniker is a convenient shorthand for the project of rewiring how the web works using blockchain to change how information is stored, shared, and owned. In a theory, a blockchain-based web could shatter the monopolies on who controls information, who makes money, and even how networks and corporations work. Advocates argue that Web3 will create new economies, new classes of products, and new services online, that it will return democracy to the web, and that it is going to define the next era of the internet. Why is this important, and why am I bringing this up? Well, it's simple. Today, we're talking about Web3, which is a major adoption of cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, NFTs, and smart contracts. This is the reality of cryptocurrency, not the one played up in the media like it's going to replace some currency. This is the future. Welcome back to How About That Crypto, your home for new crypto and Web3 news and updates. I am your host, Bitcoin Stylist. Today, we're going to just give you a little update on some really exciting adoption stuff that I think is the most exciting thing, especially kind of looking into the future. Like, this is the stuff that I think of when I think of the future in terms of cryptocurrency. Web3 is really what I'm seeing here. So you can use links below to do your own research. Remember, this is not financial advice. And please like, subscribe, follow. It helps support the channel. I really appreciate it. And leave a comment. It helps the algorithm make sure other people can get this information. We need to spread it around. Okay, so I'm going to dive right in. And today's news is about Amazon Web Services, and Avalanche, or Ava Labs and Avalanche. So let me just share my screen. And if you're listening on podcasts, you can listen up, or you can use the links below to follow along. Let's see here. Okay. So first and foremost, Amazon, if you're not familiar, which I'd be very surprised if you've never heard of Amazon before, Amazon.com, why don't you just leave a comment and let me know. I'm very curious, but I think we all know Amazon as the place where you go online to buy pretty much anything. And they've taken over grocery stores, and they're going after pharmacies and bookstores and basically all brick and mortar stores. Okay, so and NFTs, I've talked about this recently, non-fungible tokens, which means that it is unique. A non-fungible token is a token that represents ownership and authenticity of a unique underlying asset, versus a cryptocurrency or a US dollar or an ounce of gold. It is not unique to similar stuff. Like $1 is the same. 1 ounce of gold and 1 ounce of gold is the same, although you could argue it depends. How about 1 US minted ounce of gold is the same as 1 US minted ounce of gold? Well, and we've talked a little bit about what you could do with NFTs, so that's what we're going to talk a little bit about today. So you're going to learn what we could do with NFTs, what people are working on, and how relationship between one of the largest corporations in the world is going crypto. All right. I have pulled up an article in cryptonews.com by Rulamin Hakshanas, and it is titled "Amazon to Enter the Crypto NFT Market with Gaming Initiative. Here's what you need to know." I'm going to read just a couple paragraphs here, and I'm going to explain. The world's largest retailer is planning to launch digital assets enterprise focused on a non-fungible tokens and Web3 gaming this spring. Blockwork reports Thursday, citing 4 anonymous sources familiar with Amazon's intentions. One example in the works, one of the sources, is getting Amazon customers to play crypto games and claim free NFTs in the process. The report said, adding that Amazon executives leading the initiative have reached out to at least one family office in recent months. They have also allegedly planned to conduct an NFT drop with an artist. Okay, so what do I get out of this? Well, what I get is that Amazon is allegedly getting into crypto and NFTs in a big way. And I'll give you more information on why we know that is true. However, some of these specifics, like playing crypto games and claiming NFTs, you imagine any blockchain that runs games or houses NFTs on for Amazon. So whatever blockchain, and might be multiple blockchains, but whichever blockchains they give access, they allow their customer base, or they enable their customer base to tap into. That was huge, because remember the network effects. There's, the law says that the larger the network, the bigger the impacts. Metcalfe's law. The larger the network, the bigger the greater the value of that network. So imagine if you have a ton of people all of a sudden start coming on to use this blockchain. Not only will the price of the blockchain, the underlying token, go up, but would potentially stay up. So it would be something that has value because it has utility and it's being used a lot. I think this is really interesting. That is not financial advice, but that is just how I see it. And remember, in order to settle a transaction, to verify that an NFT has actually become yours, like, it's not your NFT unless someone has logged it on the blockchain going to your wallet address. So in order to verify and confirm the transaction and secure the network that all of these transactions are taking place on, you have to use the native token to pay any sort of validators now, or miners, or whatever's on the blockchain. And so even if they don't use the actual underlying secure crypto token, then it still needs to be used to process these transactions. So that's a big utility there. Okay, so I'm just going to scroll down a little bit here. All right, here you go. More recently, it was revealed that Amazon through AWS entered into a cooperation with AVAX to speed up the adoption of blockchain technology across various industries. AWS intends to make available one-click node deployment to support Avalanche's infrastructure and decentralized applications, or dApps, ecosystem. And if you remember, I did an episode on this, and basically spinning up the nodes is really beneficial to anybody who wants to deploy a blockchain, or test net to, basically it helps like startups. It has infrastructure for anybody with an idea. It helps them spin up their idea a lot quicker with support and infrastructure. And in addition to that, in November, a patent filing revealed Sony's vision for a system that could be used to track the creation, use, and transfer of digital assets created within a game. The patent envisions a system of creating, modifying, tracking, authenticating, and/or transferring unique digital assets associated with video games. Furthermore, investment giant Fidelity also hinted at its intent to push deeper into cryptocurrencies and Web3, with 3 new trademarks filed in December of last year. The filings have a focus on NFTs and virtual worlds like the metaverse. So this is just kind of reinforcing that there's a lot of stuff going on still in November and December, when we had lots of drama going on in the crypto market. As a matter of fact, like, I don't know that this Amazon AWS story got as much information, as much coverage. So I'm just going to, because Sam Bankman-Fried, when this was announced, Sam Bankman-Fried was like jamming up the airwaves. Like, anything that we learned from that was actually valuable to us. The crypto, it was, but not that much. Like, it was too much news and too much BS. But I'm guilty of it too. It was just like the hype, and all around it. And it was exciting, and I wanted to know what's going on. But the reality is, this is the stuff that's important here. So I have pulled up the AWS startups blog. AWS stands for Amazon Web Services. It is a very, very big part of Amazon, and maybe the most profitable, if I'm not mistaken. Now, this is on their blog, and it's by this group of people, and I'm pretty sure they're all part of AVAX, and it's Eamon, Goon, Searer, John Woo, Megan Crowley, and Shai Paradnik. and it's titled Building Application-Specific Blockchains with AWS on Avalanche. So I'm just going to read a little bit here. Imagine a world. So Ava Labs created the Avalanche blockchain and runs the AVAX token, and which has the AVAX token as its native token. Imagine a world where transactions selling a house, trading an asset, paying out a claim, finalized in seconds or less. Contract, payment, and receipts are all tied together in a single action, with the history of the trade permanently logged. The transfer does not require third-party involvement, bypassing centralized middlemen such as banks, brokers, and agents. You can literally use that paragraph anytime someone wonders what the heck value this blockchain technology brings. Okay, right there, that first paragraph. And the link is in the description below. The world is built on blockchain, decentralized and unchangeable digital ledgers that maintain a growing list of transactions stored in blocks. Mainstream companies are rapidly embracing blockchains to optimize their costs while providing faster, safer, more transparent products to their customers. So I think that's a really, really good argument for crypto and blockchain technology. And now we're talking Web3 stuff. So I'm going to scroll down here. This is a really good article. You can learn a lot about Ava Labs and Avalanche and who they are. And it even goes into like telling you about Web3 NFTs and blockchain, flexibility, adaptability, scalability. So I highly recommend you check it out. So I'm going to just scroll down here to where it says Ava Labs team with AWS to accelerate Web3 adoption. So I'm just going to lay in a little bit more into this Amazon relationship with Ava Labs. It says to support its technology, Ava Labs built a serverless architecture and is all in on AWS. AWS's cloud solutions, global presence, and proactive partnership are absolutely essential in the Ava Labs march to accelerate Web3 adoption. AWS cloud solutions for scalable blockchain infrastructure. Avalanche uses AWS solutions such as Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud or Amazon EC2 to deliver consistent millisecond performance in order to confirm transactions instantly and process thousands of transactions per second. It's been a huge, huge boon to all of our developers to be able to spin up nodes on the fly, spin up test networks on the fly using AWS, says the CEO of Ava Labs. So that was what I said earlier. Like the big benefit is that developers and entrepreneurs have the ability to just spin up these nodes, which means they can launch their own side chains or layer twos to Avalanche, and they can also run test nets to check their protocols before actually launching, and it's super easy. The infrastructure is already built in. He continues. Oh, all right, here we go. Sorry. Ava Labs also participates in AWS Activate, a free program that helps startups to build and scale by offering its members AWS credits. I mean, I don't know that they're on the blockchain or they're tokenized, but I'm sure they will be. It offers AWS credits, resources, tools, and expert advice. AWS Activate is an excellent source for developers to bring applications to the masses with Avalanche's trailblazing speed, security, scalability at the core. They also have it also keeps going on and explains even more about it, and I definitely recommend you check it out. I think it's really exciting, and the most exciting thing is what? Adoption. Because when this is the type of stuff that I've been trying to talk about and trying to find, because this is what I foresee happening. I foresee major corporations leveraging this technology and using public blockchains, not their own private. You know, all these anti-crypto people are like, blockchain is good. I could just use it in my business. And it's like, yeah, but why would you run an entire like your own blockchain? Like if you're a bank and you need internal blockchain for like all of your member banks, then and subsidiaries, that makes sense. But like when you want to move assets from your bank to a business or move or move money between your customers, they're not all going to necessarily want to use a private blockchain, you know, or they might, who knows, but I don't think they will. I think that I think there will be private blockchains within companies, corporations, banks, and maybe even government. The government can run their own blockchain, which sounds ripe for manipulation and corruption. But anyway, but there will still be the use of public blockchains to move goods around on the internet. So Definitely check out the links in the description below. Read up. You can learn a little bit more about Web3, the Harvard Business Review definition of Web3. I'm going to include the link to that whole article. The whole article is what is Web3. So check it out and let me know what you think about this. Is this bullish, or do you think this is just like a nothing burger? I would love to hear from you. Have a good day. Hodl on.